Hi there, Mrs. Ehlke here. So I thought it would be fun to do some form of transportation, and today we decided to do a helicopter drawing. So this is step-by-step how to draw this helicopter picture. Thought this would be a fun one to try, and really you can kind of make it as cool as you want. I know that the windows I filled in dark, but if you wanted to leave those light and draw some people inside, you're more than welcome to try that too. And of course, feel free to color or shade however you would like it. So this is just the basic step-by-step on how to make this helicopter picture. Thanks so much for watching and following along. Please enjoy, and can't wait to see what you create. Thanks. I'm going to start my helicopter with one of the lines. This one's going to be the tip of the helicopter's nose, and then this will go to kind of the back of the part where the people ride in. So I'm going to go ahead and make a line that is horizontal across my page. Then I'm going to do the same thing kind of where the top part of the helicopter is going to be. So I'm going to start it back a little bit because it's actually going to be kind of a parallelogram. So I'll have two parallel lines like this, and then the top is going to go a little bit farther back from where the front of the nose of the helicopter will be. So I'm going to go ahead and make that line like that. I'm going to connect these two to make the bottom part of the helicopter with a curved line like this, and then it's going to come up at an angle like that. I'm going to go ahead and connect this angle down like this to make the back part of the helicopter. Now the front has a window in it, so I'm going to go down just a little bit here. And I'm going to curve this a little bit like that, and then the window's going to bubble out just a little bit. So I'm going to make that little bubble there, and I'm going to go ahead and draw that window while I'm up here. Okay. While I'm looking at windows, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more. So I'm going to have another one that connects to this first one here, and it's still kind of at an angle. And it's going to go down just a little bit and then over like that. Then I'm going to have the door of the helicopter, so that's going to have windows too. It's going to be a nice tall rectangle. Throw that in there. That's the door, and I'll draw the door around it later. And then in the back I want a window too, so that people who are sitting in the back part of the helicopter can look out at all of the beautiful things below. Okay. Next I'm going to add some more details on the rest of the helicopter here. I'm going to add another layer that kind of follows along the back of my helicopter and connects some of those lines. I'm going to draw a line here that connects through behind some of the windows like that. I'm going to make a super long triangle that goes almost to the edge of my paper, and it's going to connect to the back part of the helicopter. I'm going to add another line that goes on the top that connects to the point as well to make the back part of the helicopter, and then a couple little wings, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then a propeller that is in motion in the back here. So to show that this is in motion, I'm going to just make some lines like this that look like it's spinning. Okay? Now I still need some more details, so I'm going to add another layer right here to the top part of my helicopter. It's a shape that is long and thin and then kind of curves down on the front and the back. And I'm going to do that once more. I'm going to have just a little rectangle on top of that, and then another shape that starts out flat on top, and then it's going to go down at an angle like that for the top part of my helicopter. And then right in the back here, I'm going to throw a little light like that. Now I still need the propeller on the top, so I'm going to go ahead and make a rectangle on the top, and I'm going to float a black oval over that. I'm going to connect those with a black line down the middle, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the big propellers. So I'll start with just making a solid line, and it's going to go almost to the edge of my paper, and then I'm going to do another one that's about the same length. It goes back this way. Once I've got the straight lines in there, I can go ahead and fatten them up a little bit to make them look more like propellers instead of just lines. So I'm going to fatten them up on the top and the bottom, make the lines a little bit thicker, and you can notice I left a little bit of a skinny line in the middle there, right next to that oval that I drew. Now these are a little bit wider so that they take a little bit more shape. All right, next I'm going to add some little legs to the bottom of the helicopter so that it can land. I'm just going to draw a curved line on the front and the back part, and then I'm going to connect them with a straight line that's about the same length of the helicopter, maybe a little longer. It's going to go up in the front and the back, and then again I'm going to kind of make it a little bit fatter just by thickening my line with my marker. Okay, so I got that in. Now I'm going to add a couple details to make it look a little bit more realistic. I'm going to start by making a shape that goes straight here and then kind of curves down. And I'm going to color that in with my black. Next, I'm going to make some ovals right next to that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to draw the door like I had told you before around my door window. The door goes all the way down past this bottom line here, and it's slightly curved on the corners. And I'm going to just do a little circle at the bottom of the door. I'm going to add a couple circles back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then some line details here, 1, 2, 3. I'll throw those in on the top. Now these are all windows, so to make them kind of stand out a little bit more as windows, I'm just going to kind of shade them in with diagonal coloring with my black here. If you wanted to, you could draw someone inside, but I'm just making them dark so you can't really see. It's more mysterious, I guess, who's writing inside of these windows here. So I'm just doing a diagonal coloring like that. Nothing perfect, just to kind of darken in those windows. Okay. Now let's see, the only other thing I was going to do, I may just kind of add a little bit of shading to the back here. This is not getting as much light, so I'll throw a little bit of shading there. I may do a little bit of shading along here just by, this is called hatching, so just doing diagonal lines makes it kind of look cooler. You could do it along the bottom here too, but I think I'm going to leave that for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a couple clouds so it looks like my helicopter's up in the sky. So when I make clouds, I start with a straight line on the bottom, and then I just add some curves to the top to make it look like some nice puffy clouds that the helicopter's passing by. So you can throw a couple of them around. Maybe I'll do one that looks like it's kind of right behind the helicopter. It's passing by that one. Maybe I'll throw one up here too. You can even have a couple clouds that are overlapping each other, like that. So you can kind of get the idea. You can have some that start off the page. Okay, so there's my helicopter flying. Hope you enjoyed, and good luck making your helicopter. I can't wait to see too if you wanted to shade or color. That would look really cool with this picture as well. Thanks so much for watching.